Okay.
Hello and welcome. It's Mohammed Omari, a high school English teacher. So today we are going to learn how to write a personal letter. Good. So before we get started, to fully benefit from this lesson, to fully learn what I present from this lesson, you would better please follow my instructions. So do what I tell you to do. Number 2, take a pen and a notebook, exercise book or something. 3, open your books, ticket 1, page 105. And number 4, remember you are in class. Okay, what do you see here? It's easy to tell. Is this a dialogue? Is this a text? Is this something else? Yes, you already know that. It's a letter. This is a letter. Good. Now I show you 2 photos and you try to think about me for a moment. To think with me, I'm sorry, for a moment. We have 2 types of clothing, 2 types of dress. We have informal or casual dress, and we have formal dress. So can you think about what is formal clothes and informal clothes? Okay, good. So this man is wearing informal or casual clothes. You see, he's wearing a t-shirt, some bracelets, some torn jeans, and very simple white baskets or sneakers. And for the formal clothes, can you guess? Can you really guess? Can you guess? Yes, excellent. It's a suit and a tie. So this is the start of our lesson. I want you just to understand the vocabulary: informal or casual or personal clothes and formal clothes. Excellent. Now we move to the next step. So, what are the types of letters do you know? So we have mainly, there are other types of letters, but mainly we are teaching you in the curriculum 2 types of letters. So what are they? Do you have any idea about that? Good. So number 1 is personal letter or informal letter. And number 2, yes, good. You guessed it right. Formal letter. So now let's see the differences between these 2 letters. I suggest that you take your pen and paper and a notebook and try to sketch some ideas about the differences between them. Just try. If you do mistakes, it's not a big deal. Okay? Okay, let's do it. So, a personal letter is written in a friendly manner, written in a friendly way to someone you are familiar with. You write personal letter to someone you already know and you are familiar with. You see them all the time, like friends. You can send a personal letter to a friend, and members of the family. You can send personal letter to your brother, to your sister, to your nephew, to your niece, and even to your grandfather. Okay? So what are the things that you write in personal letter? So personal letter is casual, as the dress of the person who's wearing the torn jeans. Casual or personal, we use it, for casual or personal communication. We can write personal letters to our friends to talk about our preferred drink. We can write them to talk about eating habits. What do we eat in the morning? What types of sports do we like? Etc. So mainly about personal or casual things. Or we can send a letter to someone telling them about our celebrations. We can talk about Mother's Day, for example. We can talk about the Halloween, very scary celebration. Okay, and of course, personal letter has a specific layout or format. We're going to see it later. Okay? So we recapitulate, written in a very friendly manner. Written in a friendly manner, like you write in a language that is friendly to someone you are familiar with, like a friend, a member of the family. It is casual or personal communication. Sorry, it's written for casual or personal communication, like eating habit, like celebrations, etc. As I said, it has a very specific format or layout. Now we move to the formal letter, just to enlighten you a little bit about the differences between these two types of letters. It's written for official. It's official or professional communication, like you will send a formal letter to your boss or to your director, to someone who has authority over you. You can't possibly send a personal letter to your boss telling him about your favorite food. That would be inappropriate. Now I hope you understand the differences. Now can you send a formal letter to your friend? It doesn't seem like logical. Okay, or appropriate. So we use or we write commercial letter for commercials and businesses. Okay, so personal letter has a different layout, a different format. So today we are going mainly to focus on the Targenes. We are going to focus on personal letter. So we recapitulate. Personal letter is written in a friendly manner to someone you are familiar with, a friend or a member of the family. We use it for casual or personal communication. Like you can talk about your eating habits, or you can talk about celebrations, and of course it has a specific layout or format. We are going to discover it right now. Good. So this is the letter. This is the letter you have in your textbook. So read the letter and identify these elements. What are these elements? A, B, C, and D. So you read the letter and then you match or you write the right letter. Number 1 or A, greeting. 2, reference to last letter. B or C, I'm sorry, body of the letter, the body, the biggest part in the letter, and D, the closing and the salutation. Okay, so please, I suggest that you stop the video for some time and you do the matching. Welcome back. Now let's do these all together. The greeting. Very good. So the greeting is Dear Kamal and hello. That's greeting. This is how we open our letters. Now reference to last letter. Where is it in the I'm sorry. It is. It starts with yes. Good. Thank you very much for your letter. I was very happy to learn about some of Morocco's eating habits. I'm very glad to tell you about one of our strange celebrations, Halloween. So this is a reference to the last letter that the person sent to Laura. Okay, so next please, body of the letter. It's very easy. Yes? Good. It's well, each year on the last night of October, millions of children across the USA dress up in strange costumes. Very strange. If you saw them wearing these costumes, maybe you would get scared. Costumes and take to the streets for pleasure and fun. To go out to the streets to have some fun, to play and etc. The celebration continues on the following day, November the 1st. This day marks the end of autumn and the beginning of the dark, cold winter. These are two seasons. During the celebration, so here is what people do to celebrate this celebration. We wear costumes, typically consisting of animal heads, very scary costumes, and skins, and attempt to tell each other's fortunes. You know what fortunes are? Luck. What is going to happen to you in the coming year or in the future? So when the celebration is over, we set fire to protect ourselves from the coming winter. Well, as you see, this is superstitious. You know what superstitious is? Something which is not logical or related to ghosts or related to something not really logical and understood. Are there any celebration like that in Morocco or in your country? Tell me about one of them. So here Laura is asking you a question, which is, are there any celebrations like the Halloween in Morocco? Tell me about one of them. Okay? Now the next is D, the closing and salutation. Please give my best wishes to your family. This is called the closing. And also this salutation is your best pen friend Laura. Good. But there is something missing. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's Washington, D.C., USA, December the 20th. So what's that? This is the address and the date. Excellent. That's the address and the date. When you write a letter, you never forget the address and the date. That's a photo of the Halloween. So can you see the people are wearing very scary masks and very scary costumes to scare you. Okay? So this is the layout. We're going to explore it at length now. So we start by the address, the date, and then dear, the name of your correspondent. We call it the greeting. And then in the first paragraph, we reference to a last letter. We thank the person who has already sent us the letter. We say, thank you very much for your letter. I was very happy to hear that about the topic your friend sent you. And you say, I'm very glad to tell you about your topic or what you are going to tell your friend back in this letter. So the body of the paragraph, or the second paragraph, what do? It's the message of the letter. It's the message that contains all the information about the letter. So a description of the Halloween celebration in this letter, in this particular letter, and activities and rituals. Okay, now we move to the next. Please give my best wishes to your family. This is polite wishes, okay, and your best pen friends, Laura. That's the closing of the letter. Excuse me. So you have a task to do. Write a letter about a strange Moroccan celebration to answer Laura's question. Do you think that Halloween is a very strange and creepy celebration? So think about an example that exists in Morocco. I'm sure that you are able to think about it. Write a letter about a strange Moroccan celebration to answer Laura's question. Do you still remember what Laura's question? I do still remember, but do you still remember? Okay, so her question was, are there any celebrations like that? Means like the Halloween in your country, means in Morocco. Okay, so this is the layout you should respect. This is the format to respect in order to write a formal or a personal, or informal letters. So we start by Dear Laura, the name of your correspondent. Thank you for your letter. That's a reference to the former letter, and then in the next paragraph, that's the body of the letter. Each year on, you give the date and then you give a full description of the celebration you have chosen. And then don't forget the polite wishes and then the closing. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you still have troubles writing a personal letter, please go back and watch the video again. Thank you very much and see you next time.